Symmetric encryption is where the same key is used for both the encryption and decryption process. This means if a person knows how the code was encrypted, they can simply reverse the process and decrypt it. For example, with a Caesar cipher. The message is shifted by a determined number of letters. Anyone who knows the number of the shift can decrypt the code by simply reversing the process. This method of encryption may be useful between people in the real world where the code can be agreed on privately, but it is not secure over the internet. Messages on the internet can be quite easily intercepted as they are travelling over a public system. This means a single key cannot be sent safely across the internet without someone being able to decrypt the message.
You've been hacked!
This is obviously a huge problem, so we need an upgrade. So there is a much more secure method of encryption, asymmetric encryption. Instead of just one key, two keys are used, called the public and private key. As the names imply, the public key can be viewed by anyone and it is used to encrypt the data, while the private key is only known by the host system and is used for decryption. Imagine a message being sent between two devices. Device A uses device B's public key to encrypt the message, as it is open to everyone. But device B's private key is the only key that can open this encrypted message. So if the transmission is intercepted, it can't be opened if they do not have device B's private key, which of course is only known by device B. This is a much safer method of file transfer, as private keys aren't easy to guess or have a computer figure out. Asymmetric keys are typically 1024 or 2048 bits, although below 2048 bits is nowadays considered unsafe. For the time being, with the current speeds of computers, 2048 bits is plenty as it comes to a 617-digit number. It would take an average computer more than 14 billion years to guess this kind of key.
Went forward in time, to view alternate futures, to see all the possible outcomes of
decrypting the message.
How many did you see?
14,605.
How many did we win?
None.
Encryption algorithms such as RSA or ECC are used to create these keys. For a computer, it is easy to generate keys and encrypt messages with a public key. However, it is impossible for anyone to find out the private key with only the knowledge of the public key. So that is all of the information on the keys. Time to go through some past paper questions. These definition questions are likely the easiest to come up in the CIE exam, but make sure to use the key terminology to ensure that you are getting the marks. For instance, the encryption definition refers to ciphertext as encrypted code. Make sure to mention this when writing so you can guarantee the marks. More complex questions like these may look challenging, but it is important for a question about encryption and authentication to focus on those basic principles. This is outlined in the mark scheme, with the points focused around providing extra security and maintaining data integrity. Then more specifically, the further explanation requires the knowledge that the TLS has improved security over SSL, so remember to revise the comparison between these two. For instance, with this question, it refers to the fact that TLS uses 2 layers, making it more secure than its counterparts. Those are just a couple examples of past paper questions, but remember the differences between the public and private key and how the encryption works between them, and everything should work out in the exam.